Some workers say they don't report incidents because they feel they'll be ignored. CDOT administrators are working to change the culture at the male-dominated agency, so they've started a new initiative aimed at recruiting a more diverse workforce.
Operating this towering truck may seem daunting. 1-foot female who's barely tall enough to reach the door handle, getting behind the wheel is not a big deal.
This is where I like to be. I like hard work, hard labor.
Cindy Deering has worked at the Colorado Department of Transportation for 14 years and is now the lead worker on a specialty crew that removes debris from the highway.
It was hard for some people to adapt with women being here, but as the years went by, it changed. Everybody respected that.
Cindy is one of about 100 or so women in the maintenance division that employs more than 1,500 men. She says she had to prove herself when she started work.
Everybody welcomed me. Everybody, of course, wanted to see what you were made of, see what you could do. But, when you get in a loader and you can handle yourself and you can work a power tool, they kind of respect you for that.
This slope coming off of that fence line.
Abra Geisler is a CDOT engineer who also finds herself leading a discussion with mostly men at work. As a whole, the 3,000 employee organization is 82% male.
I think as maybe a young female engineer, you have to be pretty comfortable with speaking your mind and not saying sorry about whatever conversation you may want to bring up or whatever opinion you may have.
Abra says she is respected by her coworkers, but for the first time in her career, only recently felt her opinion truly mattered.
And we were doing some brainstorming together, and for the first time in 13 years, a guy that was not familiar with me asked me, wait, what is Abra, what do you think about this? And I was almost speechless. For somebody to take a time out and ask for my opinion, it was pretty cool. And also sad that, after my title and after all the years that I've been in this field, that was the first time it really struck me as, wow, this guy wants to hear my opinion.
Abra says most of her experiences at CDOT have been respectful and she trusts her colleagues. But that's not the case for everyone. In the last 5 years, the department investigated 21 complaints of sexual harassment, the most of any state department. All but one involved a male accused of harassing a female.
So we dug down a little bit deeper into the numbers just to try and get an understanding. And 12 of the 21 I know were unfounded. Anything obviously higher than 0 is a concern.
Susan Rafferty is the Chief Human Resource Officer for CDOT. She's not sure whether the organization's gender disparity contributed to any of the complaints, but says the department started a Women at CDOT initiative last year to recruit more women and change the culture.
I think one of the big things is just starting the conversation, and it's awkward, and really acknowledging that we are in a male-dominated industry and what can we do to reduce barriers. I think any type of research would show that the most high-performing organizations have representation, from men and women and people of all different backgrounds.
I think females need to do a good job of owning our differences, and men need to do a good job of owning their differences and seeing how we can collaborate to make those differences merge and unify and synergize.
Cindy welcomes more women on the job, but her experience hasn't been without challenges. She says it took her 14 years and dozens of applications before CDOT promoted her in the maintenance department.
I think that was very challenging for the women that I've seen here promote in the Denver metro area. I feel personally that it's taken us a little longer to promote.
I don't want to say it's a good old boy network, but those are real challenges.
Michael Lewis is CDOT's executive director.
How do you expect to recruit women to this department? They're not promoted in that way. It takes 14 years to get a promotion.
There are a lot of men out there that have worked for 14 years that haven't had promotional opportunities as well. So I think there's a numbers issue. How many opportunities are there to move up? We may have to do some sort of affirmative action to bring people up, to bring women up.
Last year, 9 women and 110 men received promotions in Cindy's division. CDOT data shows the percentage of female promotions in the maintenance department in recent years is comparable to the percentage of women on staff in Cindy's division. Lewis says his long-term goal is to create a more diverse, respectful agency with better opportunities for all employees to grow and succeed.
And I hope that by me getting out here and putting a face on there, that anyone can do it if this is what they feel comfortable on doing.
CDOT says it's changing its job applications to make them more appealing for any gender. Like instead of saying the job requires someone to lift 70 pounds, saying someone must be able to lift the weight of a small child.